everyone, this is Betsy from Ideas Times 2, and today I have a flip through for you. This journal is for sale in our Etsy shop, and I will leave the listing for that down below. This is a design team project for Lindsay Zenor, who is nevermorecreations17.com. I used her kit entitled Sand and Sea. It is an awesome kit. I would definitely check that out. I also used several images from her Vintage Image Club, which is hundreds and hundreds of images that she has procured, and they can be used for their public domains. They could be used for anything you'd like them to be used for, and so I just printed some of those out and used them as ephemera. You could digitally design with them or whatever you choose, so check that out as well. And let's just flip through this. So it's 5.5 by 8.5 inches. The spine is 2 inches. It has 128 pages. That is including fronts and backs. It's a repurposed vintage book cover, and so it is in excellent shape. It does have just a tiny bit of wear and tear on the corners, so just a little bit on the corners. Originally, what I think is really cool, this originally was a book on the sea, a little children's educational book on the sea, and so I redid the whole thing, and it's still got a sea theme, so that's kind of fun. So this is collaged up. I left the back of the image open, so here's a little tag, and all of these or this illustration and all of the text is from the original book text. And so that just tucks behind there, but it's just collaged up with canvas and fabric, and here's produce bag, a mesh, and these images are from Lindsay's Sand and Sea kit, as well as this image. And there's sari silk, and it has a sari silk closure, which is glued on underneath this. The back wraps around, the back is plain, and then it just ties in a bow on the side. And I just left it kind of crinkly, so kind of a more of an organic or natural sort of feel to it. All right, so let's open this up. So this book, I kept the end papers of the original book, and so they are just the cutest illustrations, and I really am glad that I was able to keep them intact. So love that. Okay, so here are pages from the kit. Aren't they pretty? So there's aqua colors and greens, so pretty. All the papers in here, they're not tea stained or coffee stained. Some of them are stained, like cabbage or ink marbling or that kind of thing, but I left all the pages white. So I thought it was a nice contrast to the blues and the turquoise. So. All right, so here is an envelope, and I inked it up, and this image is from her kit, and I just fussy cut that out. I think it was from the ephemera page. There's another piece of ephemera from the kit. I put a tab on that so it would slip right in and out easily. This tag is from the kit, as well as this is an ephemera card, and I just cut it in half, and I put some wave sort of stitching on there. So just plain with sari silk tie. Here is Sumi Nagashi ink marbled paper. Here is a book page that has shells. This is just a nice blue colored paper. It's kind of a heavier weight from the kit there. Here's an original page from the book, so it has the fun turquoise illustration. Ledger paper. This is a stencil that I have with sea creatures, and I just put it real soft and muted. This is tracing paper that I've inked up, and I waxed it, so it has kind of a fun feel to it, and it kind of, has like sea sort of look to it. Another paper from the kit. This is a large tag I made. This illustration, this is actually the same as the cover, as you can see there. And so the text, as I had mentioned already, is from the book, and just collaged that up and just clipped it right on. Here is grid paper. This is sari silk that I gathered on the side. I had another children's book and it had to do with a girl at her grandma's house, and her grandma lived by the sea, and so we have some sea illustration. We have a sea illustration, not some, but that is there. Here's the center of the signature. I did use blue. I forgot to mention it is a hidden spine. Oops, hidden spine. So no signature strings on the outside, but I did use blue to match some of these center pages. So here is an envelope from the kit, and inside I tucked some little ephemera cards. These are actually from Gecko Gals, and this envelope is lined with paper bag, which my sister Cindy gave me that idea, and I use it all the time. I really love that. This is the other side of that children's book page. This is the shore. There's a bottle with a little fish in it. The illustrations on there were so cute. Here is the other side of the papers. Here's washi tape. The other side of the waxed tracing paper. Here's a side tuck with collaging, and these are all illustrations. I think I'm trying to figure out. I think these were from the Sand and Sea. I'm trying to remember now which ones were from the Vintage Image Club, but I think these were from Sand and Sea. Other side of the ledger and the book page, original book page. This is an image from Gecko Gals too. It's a photograph of a little girl on the beach, a vintage style, and it's super cute. There's a little bit of stenciling right here. This is an image from Lindsay's kit. So pretty, so pretty. It has the water, of course, but it's got like some background sort of stencil looking on it. Very pretty. So here's the other side of that blue page, and I clipped some ephemera right in there, sort of like a tuck spot. This is the other side of that clam page. Other side of the Suminagashi ink marbling. This is from the Vintage these are all from the Vintage Image Club. So this one is a beach scene, but it has flowers in the foreground, and the rest are, there's a ship and there's some shells. These were in three different, this is beach, floral beachscapes or floral beach, one of the two. I think this is just called shells, and this one is sailing. This one's called sailing, so a bunch of ships on that one, and this one had shells. Very pretty vintage images of shells. Alright, so that's the first signature. This says Seashells by the Seashore, and a beautiful picture there. This is from the kit as well. I did watercolor a tag, so this is on real heavy watercolor paper. Sari silk at the top. Here's another page from the original book, and it's just a little seascape there. I sewed lace on there, crocheted lace. Here's some paper that I just stitched around and glued it right on the page. Just sort of highlight color. Here is the Tim Holtz slotted die, and I just put images. This is from the kit. This is from the Vintage Image Club. This is from the kit as well. I fussy cut that little fish out, and just a label I had in my stash and a ticket that I made with a die set that I have and a stamp set that matches it. Here's another nature page with shells. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. There's a little seahorse that I stenciled, and a small cluster on that side. This is paper from my stash. This is from the kit, a little library card with a lobster. I mean, what is that? Lobster and shells. Another piece of Suminagashi ink marbled paper. Here's the center of the signature, and I just did a little collaging here with some images from the kit, which I fussy cut out. The other side of the Suminagashi, here is a snippet strip, and it has shells and little script from the book, and so it's it's kind of got a beach or a sea theme as well. And so here is washi tape. Here's another envelope that I inked up. And inside I have an ephemera card from the kit. You could use it as a journaling card. And here is some avocado stained paper, which I thought matched the ephemera card really well. And so those are in there. Let's see, did I have that? I don't know where I had that clipped, but let's put it right here. I think that's where it was, right? All right, so the other side of the paper from the kit, and the book and the ledger paper. Here's an image from Gecko Gals that I put right on the page with a little bit of eyelash trim there. This one says Chase the Sunset, and some stenciling. And here is a collage. So here is some mesh from avocados, some silk, three different colors of silk there, some eyelash trim, and then this beautiful tiny shell with, I don't know if you can see that. I move that light up, maybe you can see that. It's like a sunset inside of the shell image. It's so pretty. I think that is from Gecko Gals. The third signature, here's another little cluster up here. And this image is from Lindsay's kit. So there's lace and fabric and eyelash trim. I printed a page, the envelope page smaller. And so here is the same image from that bigger envelope, but I printed it smaller to make a tiny envelope, and inside I have tickets of all sorts of blues and greens. And just put those right in there. Here's another waxed tracing paper that I made. Here's some stenciling here on the grid paper. These are from Lindsay's kit. I just fussy cut those out. Another page from the nature book that I had. Lace here, sari silk gathered on the edge. Here is a tag I made to look grunged up a little bit. So it is lace stained, but also modeled a little bit with ink. And I put it on a heavy cardstock. This is 2 cardstocks stitched together, so it's pretty heavy. And a book page from the original book. So there's an illustration, black and white this time, with a lighthouse. This is the center of the signature. Look at that little sea turtle. Ah, he's so cute. Another envelope in inked up, and this one I made to look sort of like a picture. Can you see the acetate on there? So this is an ephemera card from the kit, and I just made sure that he fit right in the window. I cut this out, made sure he fit in the window. I put acetate behind there, and then stitched another piece of cardstock on the back side and just wonky sewed around the edge. So that just slips in there. Other side of the book page, here's washi tape here, a side tuck spot, and this is actually a page from the kit, and I just used the paper on this tag. Put a little tab on it. Isn't that pretty? I just love this. It's like the sand and the bubbles. So cute. Here is more stenciling. The other side of the ledger page, I made a giant vertical belly band, and this is all collaged up with the waxed tracing paper, and I just stitched around the outside edge. This is cabbage stained paper in a beautiful bright, almost like a bright denim blue looking color. The other side of the book page, this is such a beautiful page of the kit, just gorgeous. Here is a Tim Holtz Compass Rose stamp, so I love that one. I made this double pocket out of book pages from the original book. I put a little collage here. These are images from Lindsay's Vintage Image Club. I put those in the first pocket here. And in the back pocket, this is a page from the kit, and I don't know if I can find it, but I'm sure there's a whole page of this in the book already. And I had to cut it down a little bit, but I thought it would make a nice journaling spot. So that gets tucked. Oh, I try to keep the starfish in the front. Any old way, I'm sure, is fine, but the other side of the waxed tracing paper. And then on the back, I have, this is a patterned glassine bag. I think it may be glassine or a waxed paper bag, and I just flipped up the end and made it into a double pocket. And so these are images from her kit. I put a little washi tape right here, and I kept the bag open right here. And so actually I think it's open in 2 spots. I'll check on that in a second. So I just collaged this up. There's washi tape and the tracing paper and paper from the kit all on there with some twine at the top. Let me see if this is small enough. It is. See how that goes in back? And then this is just a plain piece of paper, and that can go inside the bag. So you actually have 3 places where you can put tags and ephemera. And that's the end of the book. So that is it. This was a lot of fun to make, and I really enjoyed using the book cover and all the beautiful colors in here, and it's always fun making a sea-themed journal. I hope this inspired you. I do have a tutorial how I made the hidden spine, so I'll leave that link down below as well. I'll leave all of our links down below where you can find us, and I hope you are well and safe, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye, everybody.